Should we have a duel?
Yes, it did. It sure did. I saw that one.
Thank you. No.
He's got the camera pointed that way.
I know.
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, careful. You're gonna dip me.
Oh, this is a happy time.
Hey, how are you doing, Chris?
Okay.
See?
I'm alive.
You like it? Wow, it's pretty. Turn around. It's beautiful. Ooh.
Picture of Donna.
Picture of who?
Donna.
No.
Jesse. Oh, they are here. I should have known. Huh. Thank you.
What's Friday? 10 miles per gallon. Almost perfect. Old construction, low gear. They never built it for
This is Gene's double.
Get a good one in.
I guess not.
Do you have a duel?
Still
Now we look at it.
Probably like a mix or something. I have no idea. Boss. Yeah, he's our boss. He's an assistant manager. Where's she working? Brick oven?
The problem is the kids grow up and go.
Yeah, and I've had, it's hard to remember who you've had so many.
I usually, lots of times I can't put a name I actually taught for 36 years. She's gone to the
Look this way.
Still talk about this.
Excuse me.
Had to do this, he said I had to say something funny about Jenai. And if you had seen her getting her hair done, I wouldn't have to say anything. But I'm going to let her mother tell a little bit about Jenai, seeing as how I've only known her. I want her to know how proud I am of her and her choice, and how happy I am.
The thing I learned about Jenai when she was very tiny, she was very smart, because she knew how angry I could get when things just went wrong. And she knew that the safest time to get into trouble was when I was on the phone. And one of the best times she did it was when she was standing where she shouldn't have been and went right through our radiator, right down in the basement. And I was on the phone and I just smiled, and by the time I was off and everything was cool again, I thought, she is a sharp little gal. And she always has been. Always surprises, and always will. Now you get to sit down.
Well, Mark, first, I want to welcome Jenai into our family. We met Jenai a couple of weeks ago at another wedding. welcome to the family. Yeah, Mark, there's several things about Mark that I could share with the folks, but if I shared them at this point in time, I think I'd give too much insight to Jenai. Jenai already, I think, has a lot of insight into Mark. Mark pretty well knows what he's after, pretty well knows what he wants to do, but sometimes he doesn't quite know how to go about getting it. Mark likes outside things, sports, activities, and he likes to get dirty. Like most boys, I guess, just attracts dirt. Jenai, good luck. But I think you pretty well have Mark figured out. And again, welcome to our family.
I've been waiting this for 21 years. First, on behalf of our entire family, to echo the words of my father, I'd like to welcome Jenai into the family. I really, like my dad said, I could think of probably hundreds of funny things to say about my brother. But at the root of it all, I think there's a lot of things that Mark has done throughout his life that have surprised me. Now, when we were young, most of the time it was a matter of asking myself, what he'd gotten himself into. What have you got yourself into this time, Mark? For example, when I believe Mark was about, what would you say, 7 or 8, possibly? You'll remember this story. You can correct me. I found out the next morning that the previous night Mark had, he was dressed in these pajamas. They were the kind with the footsies, and it was 2-piece. And what Mark apparently had decided to do was to see how well he could tie himself up in his pajamas. Well, he was pretty successful because he succeeded in making somewhat of a straitjacket for himself. And it required the assistance of my father to get him out. But that was a long time ago. More recently, it seems the source of my surprise at some of the things that have occurred in Mark's life have mainly, it's mainly fallen under the idea that I'm always the last to know for some reason. Imagine my surprise when just a few weeks ago I received a call during which my father told me that my brother was getting married. But be that as it may, I may have been the last to know, but I'd like to be one of the first to wish you all the happiness and the joy that you're searching for and that you deserve.
We have a special surprise for everyone else in the room. When Mark proposed to Jenai, they videotaped it. And we'd like to show you just a short portion of that because it's really special, we think. And I hope that it's going to be visible because I realize that you are all pretty far away. But maybe we should cut this out. First of all, he reads her a poem, and it's really nice. He's reading a poem at first, and she doesn't know what the video camera's there for or what's going on. So.
Just test. No.
Bunch of missionaries. Now I always knew about the missionary emporium thing, but I had never written there because I thought it was worse than a blind date because, you know, you don't even get to meet the person. And I didn't think it was going to do any good. But it was getting towards the end of my mission, and I just said, oh well, what the heck. So I wrote the missionary report with my picture, describing a little bit about myself. And I got letters from, I don't know, a number of girls, probably 6, 7 from that. But only when I got a letter from Jenai did it really touch my heart. She wrote long letters. I'd never seen someone write such long letters. The longest, I got a 10-page letter with really small print that I could just barely read it. And they all had good things to say. And these letters really uplifted me. And so I decided to send her tapes. And on these tapes, you can do a lot of fun things. We can sing to each other. We can tell about our lives. And they even did a family home evening. The sisters sang to me, and that was really precious. In the hollow of my hand, they sang. I really liked that. Well, when I got home from my mission, I knew that I should go to Provo and also meet Jenai at the same time. And as soon as I met her, I would say I knew. That's why it was such a short period before our engagement, just a week and a half after I met her. She is a wonderful woman. She's going to be a great mom someday, and she is so kind and so thoughtful and so considerate, and I love her to death. And in fact, she is some kind of wonderful girl.
All you have to do is touch my hand to show me you understand. And something happens to me that's some kind of wonderful. Anytime I look, the world sees blue. I just have to look at you, and everything seems to me some kind of wonderful. I know I can't express this feeling of tenderness. There's so much I want to say, but the right words just don't come my way. I just know when I'm in your embrace, this world is a happy place, and something happens to me. That's some kind of wonderful. I know I can't express this feeling of tenderness. There's so much I want to say, the right words just don't come my way. I just know when I'm in your memories, ooh, this world is a happy place, and something happens to me. That's some kind of wonderful, some kind of sweetness, some kind of warm, some kind of soft sign. No, it's some kind of wonderful. Oh, yeah, wonderful.
We know Jenai's a little less prepared, but we'd like to give her a chance to say something too. The last word. Dad says it's the only last word I get. What do you think? just in awe. I am. I don't even know what to say because I'm just so happy inside. And I'm so grateful for Mark. Because he's answered many of my prayers and he's been really good to me and very patient with me, and I just hope he can keep it up. And I need to really thank everyone that's helped make this event possible. For Mark's parents, for the way they taught him and the upbringing they gave him, so that he could be the kind of person that I want as my husband. For my parents, for the guidance that they've given me and help that they've given me, do the things that I need to do to get to this point, telling me to be patient. You'll be worth it. I'd like a special thanks to go out to the Hammond family for all that they've been doing for me, because I really didn't expect that they'd do this much, and I really appreciate it, because they just helped out tons with dress and the flowers, the music and everything, and I just really want to thank them and appreciate the wonderful work they've been doing for us. And I want to thank all you guys for coming, because this is great. I don't even know what to say. I'm just so full of awe and excitement and love, and everything else is all rolled up in one. So thank you to you all.
On behalf of the Hammond family, I want to wish our sincere congratulations to the beautiful couple. So if you make a great couple, though, I'm telling you what. I had the great privilege and honor of getting much better acquainted with this lovely family last weekend, because we went camping for a couple of 3 days together, and it was a glorious experience for me. They're truly a great family. And we had a lot of fun. Now we're going to play a waltz to kick off our dance this evening. Incidentally, I am grateful to be here and to provide the music, and hope you do enjoy it as much as I do playing it. We're going to ask the bride and groom to start off and waltz for us to observe. And when we get about halfway through, I'm going to ask all of you to join in, and that will kick off our dance for the rest of the evening. And this is Anne Murray. Could I have this waltz dance for the rest of my life?
I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and held to each other. I fell in love with you. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner? If
won't hurt.
Yeah, it will.
Neil Roy Robbins.
About Jeff's accident on the highway. He wrecked our van on the highway. Across the highway, got hit broadside. Yes, up on 100 North. Darwin Block. Yeah. So it's still messed with a little bit. He was so lucky. The guy hit the back end of the van on the passenger side, and it just kind of spun it, you know. And then they hit it back. The guy was going public. And it dropped that down, and our van got back down. But they were both wearing seatbelts. And the other guy,
I haven't seen Brett out there yet either. Oh, okay. I thought.
sorry about him, I don't know. He was written for design, and I just smung my hand the whole time I was on it, you know, this one.
Just to know when I close my eyes I see the way